Hi, guys. Well, my two favorites, Morningstar and Nim. I called this the spider stream for a reason. I was testing out some makeup. Well, I'm so glad that I actually got it. Took me a hot second to figure out how to get the banner to stop, though. That was the big problem. I was like, oh, great. Now I got the banner up there. How do I get it to stop? And I just have to, like, end it and then add myself to stream. So, what do y'all think? I was test driving some Halloween makeup today. This is my first go with spirit gum. So we'll see if these actually come off. God only knows. But I did actually get two new books. These are the books that I did the short with. And they are I Am Raven, Just Another Story, But It's Mine by Raven White. And I actually got known about this particular author through Dylan, who I've reviewed like 2 or 3 of his books at this point, but this is a friend of his. So I definitely wanted to pick this one up, and I've marked 2 poems that I was going to read you guys. And then the next one, you guys probably already know him, MP Hunt, Immortalized in Ink. So, and I've also marked 2 of his that I thought were really awesome that I was going to read for you guys. Y'all are going to have to excuse my hands. This all takes work. Yeah, well, thank you guys. Thanks for telling me about the banners. There's one more that I want to try, and I don't think I'll use this one very much, but it's one that like I could pop up, like, hey, I'll be back soon. So we might try that one today too. Who knows? But yeah. So let's see, we got 3 people here. How's everyone's day? Good. Thanks for tuning into this madness. Yeah, by the way, there's nothing wrong with my mouth. This is just tooth paint because I thought it added some ambiance to the spider. Everybody having a good day? It's like almost 4 here. I can't stay on too terribly long, but I thought it would be nice just to hop on and let you guys see some craziness and maybe read a couple poems. All right. Well, also, I was also thinking that maybe this was going to be good for some of my UK people. Yay! Thank you, Nim. I also thought it would be good for some of my UK people because it won't be so late for them. So maybe they can like swing by and have a little chat for a second. That is completely okay, Music Room. Completely okay. Welcome. Thank you for showing up for the madness. It's not every day someone pops on a live trying to look like this, I guess. So yeah, definitely feel free to hang out. Feel free to hang out. So anybody have any, which one do we want to start with first? Anybody want to pick? I've marked 2 in both of these, and I'm going to read all 4 of them, but I've marked 2 in both of these. Again, thank you guys for letting me like kind of do these guinea pig streams. I appreciate that because I'm real nervous. I always want to do like the best job that I possibly can for you all. So I wanted to have like nice banners and stuff. So, and thank God for MJ. If you guys don't know MJ over at Reading This Life, she popped up the little like banner thing on her last stream, which reminded me to do it. She's always there for questions. She's awesome. So, and it wasn't actually terribly hard, thankfully. Right. Well, let's see. If nobody has any preference, let's see. Why don't we start with Raven's book? This one is, I want to say, if you guys have watched any of my poetry stuff in the past, I think Raven is going to be on the same level as like Jeremy Fee. If you guys don't know who Jeremy Fee is, he has a channel here on YouTube, and I think Raven's book is going to be a lot like his because it's very approachable. Like, I really don't think there was hardly any in here that I read that were like way up here, in the sky. Like, to me, this was very approachable. This was very relatable, so I really appreciate that. And I think it gives a nice balance to poetry. I mean, I'm with you guys sometimes, I love the prose and the flowery language as much as the next person, but sometimes you just want like some real kind of feelings. And I feel like, that's kind of what this book gave me. So the first one that I picked out was The Pain of Conditioning, which I thought was really just I think you guys are going to see. You know how I roll with these poems. It's just like a feeling you get. So, here we go. I tell myself to be gentle. You do not know her like you should. You do not know the pain she hides beneath her somber hood. I tell myself to be loving. Perhaps all she needs is a gentle touch, but she pulls away every time I try. It seems that little is still too much. I tell myself to be gracious. I should help if she were to fall, but I'm caught off guard when the moment strikes because I do not know myself at all. I thought that was just very deep in its own way, but still very, like, I don't know, relatable. That's really the only word I can think of. This whole book, I feel like, was relatable. Celeste is here. Hi, Celeste. Welcome. I was hoping that this stream would be better for my, like, European UK people's time, because I think it's probably what, like 6, 7, 8 o'clock over there, depending. So glad you could come for the madness. I promise I still have teeth. Just trying to look extra creepy. We're getting up there on inching closer to spooky month, so just test driving some makeup here. All right, so the second one I picked out from I Am Raven is called, I loved this title. It's called You Cannot Kill Me. Oh, hey, David. David, 844. Cool. Well, I'm glad it's able to catch you. I did want to do another early one to try and catch some of my UK people. All right, so this is You Cannot Kill Me. Now, if you guys are like me, like, you got a lot on your plate sometimes, sometimes you feel like, oh, what more can we do? I feel like you're going to like this one. All right. I can take it, I whisper, as another piece of me folds into myself. My heart a shored up shelf for the traumas of my brothers, for the traumas of my mother, for the emptiness of my father. I can take it, I insist, as my body adapts to the veracity of my mind. A flower falling soft from the vine when it should have been blooming, when it should have been blooming. A wealth of potential silently looming. I can take it, I scream. And as these waves crash over me, fighting feelings that smother me, bruises that never healed, traumas hidden, now revealed. Alone and naked without a shield. I can take it, I always have. I'm fighting a past I left behind that attempts to steal my current time. But I can't let them eat. But I can't let him eat my soul. I must remain soft and hopeful, a fortress of forgiveness and control. I can take it. Oh gosh, I loved that. I loved that. Like, how many times have we told ourselves that? I can take it. Oh, I can take it. I can take another one. That just hit me like a ton of bricks. Yay! 9:45. Oh, it is late. Yeah, I'm glad you can make it too. I am. I want to try to be cognizant of all my people. But yeah, what did you guys think? Do you have any thoughts about that? Like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, it's very approachable type stuff. I feel like this is another one, in addition to Jeremy's book, that I feel like I could recommend to people who are just trying to get in to poetry. Like, I feel like a lot of people are going to be able to find something in her book that is going to reach them. Oh, awesome. Yes, Music Room. Yes. Poems like these are good reminders to be kind because you have no idea what others are dealing with. Yes. Yes. Amen to that. Amen to that. That is very true. That is very true. I think that is good advice. Good advice. Words to live by there. For sure. I considered doing this, like calling this something about like Little Miss Muffet, since I'm supposed to be a spider. But I couldn't think of a clever name. It does. It does seem to be expressing universal feelings. And you know what? Like, what do you guys think? Like, I almost think that is one of the things with poems. Like, some of them are just so universal. Like, it just speaks to the human animal, Like, and I love that. I love that. I like that, there's very few things in the world that I feel like can do that, And that's one of the beauties of poetry, I think. Stick my bookmarks back and ship there. Yeah, definitely. Definitely universal. Sort of applicable to real life. Definitely. Definitely. And see, and that's why that is one of, among many of the driving forces that I wanted to do our Little Dead Poet Society. I wanted people, because I feel like poetry gets kind of a bad name with some people. They think, oh, I'm not intellectual. I can't do this. I can't read that. I don't understand that. And I really wanted to drive home, like, yeah, there are poetry books out there for everyone, even for like the common person who doesn't really dig on poetry, who doesn't dig on like Edgar Allan Poe or Shakespeare or any of the, classical stuff. There's books out there for you. Definitely. Oh yeah, you can't. Well, I can see. Yeah, it's kind of Nim. You do that same thing. By the way, guys, yeah, for all of you who tune in, you always get my updates. Nim will be appearing on the Dead Poets Society in October. We're probably leaning to, what did we say, Nim? Was it October 2nd? I don't have my book in front of me right now, but it'll probably be a Sunday, morning ish. Because Nim is on the other side of the country from me, so we can't do super early because I'm not getting her out of bed at like 5 a.m. So it'll be early-ish. I want to say, probably like 11 o'clock my time, Eastern. So yeah, so y'all get excited for that. I'm super looking forward to that. Good point, Music Room. Good ones can say different things to different people. Yeah, absolutely they can. Absolutely. And you're right. And I feel like, that's probably what being a poet is really hard, because that has to be in the back of your mind, I would think. You want to think like, okay, am I just being weird? Is it just me? I can see that being like some negative self-talk. It actually tastes really good. It actually tastes really good. It's oh, I'm probably gonna butcher it. It's Mehron, Meron. They do a lot of like special effects makeup, but yeah, it's just too thin. But it tastes great. It's like having a mint in your mouth the whole time. I like it. I think it gives me like a creepy look. I think it actually wears off because you can kind of see it starting to wear off. But it's versatile. It's versatile for so many looks. Just girl on the go. But yeah, so no, I agree. I think I like the ones that can say different things to different people, but I like those poems that kind of like touch on that undercurrent of just being a human. The longer I live, the more I see we are so much more alike than we are different. So much more alike than we are different. Doesn't matter your culture, your location, everything. We are so much more alike. All right. Well, let's see. What are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. We're good on time. So y'all want to move on to MP. Get excited. I've also contacted MP. We're talking about, him coming on in October as well. So that'll be fun. Emily! Thank you. This is my, y'all be seeing this, hopefully. Hopefully, if these aren't shot welded to my forehead, y'all be seeing this in some Halloween something or others that I have coming up, hopefully. So maybe a little bit more dolled up than this, but this was just my trial run. I have never really, I've done some stuff with latex before, but I've never really done a lot with spirit gum. So this was my first go. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Emily. I'm sure, you're a busy lady during the day. So y'all wrapping up school right now, I guess, or getting close to it anyway. All right. Well, Frosty's here. If y'all guys like streams, Frostbite 2022, all the time streaming. All the time streaming. If you guys like to tune in for streams, like to, bust up your day or something like that, Frosty's always streaming. All right. Well, like I was saying, already talked to, y'all hear my phone screaming? I've already talked to MP. We're hoping to get him on in October as well. Probably towards like maybe the end of October. The way, if you guys ever do any kind of like business stuff with me like this, I really try to keep it as laid back as possible. I'm like, okay, cool. If you can't do this day, we'll just switch it. It's fine. Like I don't want anybody to ever stress about my stuff. Oh, cool. All right, senior does school at night. God, homeschooling is the way to go, man. I bet you she appreciates that. Yeah. Like I gotta go watch this weird spider girl read poems. All right. Well, let's see. I'll try to remember to put that on. Yeah, see, I have just like a scream because I'm like half deaf, so my phone has to be super loud. So I have to remember to put that on silent now. All right, so MP's book, Immortalized in Ink. If you guys didn't catch it, he was recently on David's channel over at David's Book Reviews. If you guys want to go give that one a watch, he had a clip in David's video. It was awesome. So if you guys want to know more about him, maybe check that video out. That would be a good one. But I'm super looking forward to having him on as well. So this first one, I pick the ones that I'm like, you guys know how I am. So this one is called Please Disturb. Just kick back. Please disturb me for artistic delight, as reveling in pain can reveal hidden light. I cast you in sunbeams so you'll live on forever, if you bring me discomfort to feed my endeavors. In disturbance, finding peace in catharsis, the joy of pain making adults from artists. Hence my request to disturb me at length, become one of those in whom others find strength. Read me, I'm open, with an interesting title. View me on show, though not naked, not frightful. Exposed and delighted to be here today, telling of things that the target can't say. Disturbed, yet still focused and madly involved, making up mysteries for our other lies to solve. Oh, love that. Saving falsehoods and lies at the stroke of a key, living other paths and eras through static set free. Life gets in the way and yet informs inspiration, experiences borrowed, shared through imagination. Celebrate our trials for those fires we ignite, disturbances for the benefit of artistic delight. Ah, I loved that. I loved that so much. So much. And here I slapped it closed and there it is. Okay. My favorite, I think, my absolute favorite, making up mysteries for our other lies to solve. Did you get chills? Because I got chills. I loved that. Loved that. Oh, hey, Frosty says hi to Morningstar and Bookbound Weirdo and everybody. Oh, thank you. I do too. I do too. This is my favorite place in the whole world right here. Yeah, so what did you guys think? Do you have a favorite line maybe? Because I have to say that one I think was mine. Making up mysteries for our other lies to solve. I loved that. I thought that was just breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. And the idea of disturb me. Oh, I loved it. Loved it. I have a video coming out Saturday where I talked about this particular episode of Behind the Music. You guys remember Behind the Music? I loved that crap when I was a teenager. And it was on YouTube. Not YouTube, No Doubt. It was on No Doubt. And it was talking about the history of the band. Now, this is pre Gwen Stefani. This was Tragic Kingdom era. And it was, I don't even know who it was, but he said, pain makes great art. And I've never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that. And that's kind of what I got from that line. Disturb me, make me uncomfortable. Oh, yeah. Cool. Very cool. Awesome. Oh, here to learn. Well, from the spider. Well, I'm always welcome. Always welcome. You can always be a member of the Dead Poets. Oh, you guys remember Behind the Music. Frosty remembers, Em remembers. Cool. I love that. I love that. But I remember it was specifically the No Doubt episode. Some person, I don't know who it was, probably producer or something. He said, pain makes great art. And I've just remembered that. I've thought about that over the years forever. Because, how long has it been since that's been on? Y'all guys can't laugh if one of these falls off in the middle of this. Like I said, I'm new to Spirit Gum and all that. So any thoughts about Please Disturb by MP Hunt? Yes, absolutely. I know you understand. Emma's the creator. Oh, hey, MP, we just read your poem, Please Disturb. We just read. This is the man himself, everybody. This is the man himself. This is the beauty of social media. You can have the artist right at your door. Yeah. MP, I was just telling them, not that I honestly could pick, because I think the whole poem is beautiful, but Please Disturb, that one line, making up mysteries for our other lies to solve, just hit me right in the face. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like I said, guys, MP, we're looking at having him on Dead Poets towards the maybe like mid to end of October. So that should be a fun stream. Yeah, I know, for real. No music on yeah. See, I haven't had cable in forever, so I can't keep up with any of this. Like, I mean, we have Netflix and, Hulu, but as far as like what's actually, on TV and stuff, I probably haven't watched those in forever. And at this point, honestly, probably wouldn't know any of the bands on there anyway. Yeah, probably wouldn't know anything at all. All right, any thoughts? We can go on to the next one. I have another one marked from MPs. I'm going to rub the blood off my face. All right, so this next one was Frustration Generations, and I thought that was a cool title. Corn Forever, yes, yes. All right, so this is Frustration Generations. I need this, so leave me be. This borrowed world is far from free. A care to us who we swore we created, swaddled in lies, passed around and castrated. Pleased with ourselves at what we destroyed, we turn on each other and pretend we're annoyed. Who is the parent and who is to blame? Believe me, I beg you, they're hardly the same. The kinds who have preyed on our cultures and nations will slowly tear down our rented accommodation. So gather generations full of frustration to cast off the damnation of past domination. Your past is what makes you the you of today, but the future is played on a much better stage. So lay down preparations for taking a stand. Frustration generations shall reclaim the land. I just thought that was incredibly pertinent. Like, incredibly pertinent. Oh, let's see. Pleased with ourselves at what we destroyed, we turn on each other and pretend we're annoyed. There's just, I read that like, yes, truth. Like I heard so much truth in those words, because you guys, if you have followed me for any length of time, I absolutely despise politics, absolutely hate it. I find it very divisive. And to me, that poem echoed that to me. But what did you guys think? What do you think? Am I crazy? Was I just reading into it? Oh, you are welcome. No blushes needed, MP. You're a member of the Dead Poets. We're all cool here. Yes, Nim says that was beautiful. Absolutely. Hey, that's okay. That's all right, Frosty. Absolutely. That is the whole reason I wanted to do this little group. The whole reason I wanted to, make it open. I wanted people who, have never dived into poetry, who have never, even wanted to maybe push them to give it a whirl. So yeah, definitely. Everyone's welcome here, even if you just want to listen. Ooh, check that out, MP. Did Johnny Rotten write this? All right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Frosty. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. Poets, non-poets, if you just want to sit back and listen, talk about the meaning of the universe, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. I really just I love words, and I think poetry expounds on that love in a way that not a whole lot of other things do. However, that leads me into this next part. That's why I wanted my phone here. I have a habit anymore. Like, I don't take notes on my books. If you guys watch my reviews, you know this. But what I have found myself doing is sometimes I will take pictures of passages that leap out at me. And the book I'm currently reading right now is Brain Drips Yellow. And oh my goodness. Okay, so let me because I took a picture of it. Okay, here we go. For all of you, for all of you who have ever worked in like an office setting or anything like that, listen to this. Just outside my door, I can hear my coworkers bustling about, papers shuffling, orders shouted, machines humming. The pretense of productivity and importance. The charade sickens me and leaves me all the more irritable. I just want to get out, to breathe, to feel something real. That is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. If you have ever sat in an office or at a job period that you hated, to me, it's like, I just want to get out and feel something real, because you feel like a cog or something. Sometimes, I feel like that's another one of those things that a lot of people, no matter where you are in the world, race, color, creed, it doesn't matter. I feel like you can definitely resonate with that a lot of times. What do you guys think? Any of you do that? Do any of you like take notes of your passages that just are like breathtaking, like wash over you? Oh, thank you, Em. Thank you, Em. I didn't want to give you guys too much because, I would Raven's actually on my list of people to ask to be guests too. So hopefully we'll have guests just for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna try and shoot for 1 to 2 a month. Obviously that is dependent upon people's schedules. Life happens, and especially with the holidays coming up, I'm not gonna push anybody to do anything, including myself. Uh, so so yeah, but I would love to shoot for like 1 or 2 people a month just to get on, and if for no other reason, talk about their book, right? Talk about their book, what inspires them. I feel like going back to like kind of what Frosty was talking about. If you're new to poetry, it might be insightful to see what a poet says about their own work, about the genre itself. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Yeah, MP says worked in a lot of different offices. Completely agree. Me too. Me too. Absolutely. When I read that and I was like, I just want to feel something real, I was like, oh my God, I have thought that exact same thing. Yes, absolutely, Celeste. All right. Yeah. If you, again, guys, if you guys don't know who DR is and you like creepy animations, you got to go check him out. He does some creepy animations that are really awesome, very Burton-esque. So he's one of those that is criminally undersubbed, I think. Yeah, does a lot of really cool, like creepy animation type stuff on his channel. Ah, thank you, Em. Thank you. Maybe I'll just start dressing up as different insects. That could be the whole shtick. No, this took forever. I had to go get Mrs. Horse, or Mrs. Unicorn now. I had to go get her, and like I had half of my makeup done, not this, but I had half of my makeup done. Came back and I was like, gotta get on the stream because I wanted to do it early. I wanted to do it early so that some of you guys that can't do later on could join. All right. Well, let's see. We'll go for maybe another 20 minutes or so. Maybe 20, 30 minutes. We'll see. We'll just let it take us, right? All right, y'all want to play? I think we'll start calling this maybe poetry roulette. Let's call it poetry roulette or something, where I just go and like pick a poem. Random. Oh, okay. Actually, music room. Great question. Random question: is poetry best listened to or read? My personal opinion is, you do you. Like if you maybe like sit back and think about how you best absorb information, like poetry aside, like how you best absorb information. Some people, they absorb by listening, some people by doing, some people by seeing. We're all different types of learners. Myself, I usually approach that with combine it. That's going to be your best bet, because then you're hitting your brain in all of its synapses. So that would be my advice, is to kind of do a combo of both. Like, maybe look up some passages and, and then maybe like read some for yourself. But please, anybody have any suggestions? Because I think that's a really good question. I think it's a really good question. Maybe give us like your opinion. Like, how do you best absorb poetry? Like, do you like to listen to it? Are you lyrical? Okay, here you go, music room from the man himself. I prefer to read poetry out loud. Okay. Well, and I can see that, because then you can kind of catch the cadence of it. You can catch all of those little because to wax on what MP saying, there is this beauty to spoken language. And I was actually reading not too long ago, was a book called Fluent Forever, and it was talking about how like the brain absorbs language, and it was saying that if you think about it, we actually know two languages. Everybody does. The written form, because you absorb that with your eyes. That's visual. And then you also know the spoken, which involves your mouth and your ears. So it's two things hitting your brain. That's why, like, if somebody's learning a language, you can sometimes be a better reader in that language, or you can be a better speaker. Like myself, I can read Spanish far more than I can speak it, but it's because that is different in the brain. So I think that's cool what MP says. It'll hit you different if you read it out loud. Okay. For me, short poems listened to are great. When they get longer, I get too much twirling. Hey, that's I can see that. I can see that definitely. So maybe if now when you say when they get longer, is that like if you read it yourself or if you're listening to it, that you get the twirling in your head? Like, would that be one of those things where you're like, okay, if this is longer, I should read it to myself? You think that would be helpful? Because I can totally get that. Your dog's favorite is Emily Dickinson. Honestly, I think Emily Dickinson was probably one of the first poetry books I ever owned, even as a kid. Right. I enjoy reading a poem, being punched in the gut, and getting to reread it 10 times over until my brain pulls it together. I like that. I like that. I kind of approach books that way too. I like to be punched in the gut, smacked in the face, have the chair kicked out from under me, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's just like kind of self-analyzing, see what does it best for you. If and I completely get, because start to read longer. I mean, I don't know, music room, you might be like me, maybe your brain starts to go into that like literary mode where if you read too long, you start to think like, oh, story. Like, and my head will do that sometimes too. It will. And then the poetic lyrical nature can sometimes throw that off. Seeing it on the page helps it keep it organized in my head. Okay. All right. I know maybe that's the thing, maybe long poems like that just aren't your deal. And that's okay too. That's okay too. Maybe you're not going to be one for, sonnets or what have you. There's lots of like, I mean, Jeremy's book is a good example of that. Lots of just like spoken word poetry that's meant to be heard. A lot of that's not super long. So that might just be something that you enjoy. It might just be that niche that you like. And that's cool too. I think that's awesome. All right, well, we'll do it with Raven's book. We'll do a poetry roulette. All right. Ooh, okay. This one sounds cool. Let's see. I want to make sure it's not too long. No, that's not too long. All right, it's called Icy Reflection. All right, so here's our roulette reading. Ooh, roulette reading. I love that. All right. There's a chill in the air, sweet lover's delight, as the first white snow dusts the ground in the night. There's a wind coming round to freeze all your bones. The wind is too late. I've got ice in my soul. It dances around me, confused at my heart. It can't do its job. On it moves in the dark. The ground moans and crumples neath trampling feet, while lovers count snowflakes and kiss underneath trees. I glance as I pass by and I wonder brief how life might have been without childhood grief. Light music is playing, it hangs in the air. Jingle bells and sleighs, songs of joys, no one cares. The lights twinkle softly in bright reds and greens. I stay in the dark to observe than to be seen. While others stay huddled, avoiding the wind, I welcome the cold like it is an old friend. Enraptured with winter, I pass by unseen, snow softly falling and the dark enveloping. Ooh, that is awesome. I almost got the chills, like legit from the snow and stuff. That is cool. Oh, no, Music Room, you're awesome. I'm glad you're here. You're doing exactly what I was hoping for. This is the kind of back and forth I want the Dead Poets to be. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I want the Dead Poets to be. We're just reveling, getting questions and stuff. Yeah, this is exactly what I want the Dead Poets to be. I want people to feel comfortable with that. And ultimately, I want you to feel comfortable with poetry. Oh, okay. Depends on if it's in prose or not. Yeah, that's good because it's not always lyrical and prose and stuff. So yeah, that could maybe change the game too. Oh, the brief grief. Yes, I know. The whole childhood grief thing is like, y'all gonna have to excuse me. I know on like my poetry videos, which I will have one posting here in a little bit for our Poetry Thursday, but y'all have to excuse me. Like when I read poetry like that for the first time, a lot of times I'm like, I edit that out of videos. All right, we ready to do roulette reading from MP's book. Here we go. Ooh, that one's really short. Like velvet. Okay, here we go. feeling like nylon around them, wishing to feel like velvet again. Lessons of life are learned from on high, fool's gold found among disturbed, angry men, trying to reach some form of heaven when the blurry eyed world is a dream. Hold a minute long silence for radicals where no one can hear any screams. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That's awesome. Yes, that line was very relatable. Very, very relatable. You're absolutely right. Oh, I like that. Hold a minute long silence for radicals where no one can hear any screams. Ugh. There's like almost like just tiptoeing over into like almost a sinister, like you can't hear them scream. Uh, love that. I love that. That one was super short too. Like velvet. Life lessons of life are learned from on high. You feel like you could take that a ton of different ways too. Like I think people could really read themselves in that, depending on your history. All right. Well, again, I think that Raven's book is incredibly relatable. I think that this is another one that I would definitely recommend to people who just are getting into poetry. Um, Jeremy Fee's book is another one that I would recommend for people getting into poetry. Let's see. Since you guys are right here, we'll just turn around. Let's see. Gareth Howe, he runs the channel Book Songs and Other Magic. His is another one that's very relatable. And there's a number of others, but those would be the ones that I pop to mind for me. They kind of deal with just basic stuff. In some cases, I'm not saying like it's all like level here and they never go, with like more deeper emotions, because they all do, definitely. But I don't think it's like super, super flowery. Now, one thing I will say about MPs is I think he really combines those two things well. I really do, because I think you have some that are just like in your face, here's what it's about, and then you have some that you really have to chew on. And honestly, for me, I can see where a lot of these are more or less you have to chew on, and I love that. I love that when his are the type where you can like pick out the parts that apply to you. And we were just talking about that early on in the stream about how that's really good. That's really good when you can do that. All right, guys, any thoughts? Probably gonna be wrapping it up here in a few minutes, because this is probably gonna take like a half hour to get off. That was another thing I wanted to kind of test out as some Halloween looks, so you guys get the crazy faces. All right, you guys want to test one more thing before we go, and that is because I have possible plans for like some, events like just in the dusty recesses of my mind that would require a like intern screen. So we're going to test that right now. We're going to test my like back again soon screen. So let's try this. And you guys tell me if I explode the computer or the YouTube. All right. Everybody see that? Okay. Am I back soon? Yes, Nim, absolutely. I've got ice in my soul too. Yes. Very good. I completely agree. It's very relatable. Yes, I agree. And Raven's really nice. Raven's really nice. I was really lucky to kind of come upon her via Dylan Kalan, the author. They're friends, and he was telling me about her. So it actually took me far too long to get her book. I should have gotten it ages ago. But yeah, she's a very sweet person. She actually she runs. The name escapes me. Corvid something. It's almost like a magazine that she runs. It's Corvid something. The name escapes me right now. I'm gonna try my back again soon screen. That would be cool. I know I could. Yeah, okay, and you guys tell me, because I want to make these streams as enjoyable for you guys as possible. Since you got to look at stuff like this, uh, I have not added music to any of these simply because it kind of came off to me like hold music sometimes, and I didn't want to have to put you guys through that. Like I feel like just the graphics are okay, but let me know if you guys want me to add music. I could try. I mean, obviously it can't be anything super cool because copyright, but yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, worked super well. Thank you. Good, good. Thank you guys for being my dead poet guinea pigs, by the way. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Again, I really want to try and make this as like smooth as possible, because I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. So, thank you. It just wasn't a scream though, right? Just wasn't a scream. Maybe that can be the music behind it. Like it'll like be back soon. Ah, that would be terrible, right? Nobody wants to listen to that on loop. Yeah, it's amazing the stuff you can do for free in Canva. All right, guys. Well, any parting thoughts? Anything at all? Again, I was also thinking, I don't know if I mentioned this. Oh, hey, Tangible. Thank you. Thank you. It's test driving some Halloween makeup. Yeah, Tangible does a lot of like sprint type stuff if you guys like lives. So she does some sprint type stuff that is really cool. All right. Well, again, I have lots of ideas in the back recesses of my dusty brain for this. Obviously we're going to have NIM and MP hopefully on in October. I've got a whole list of people that I want to invite, but I also, was really considering the idea of like theme nights, maybe like featuring one of the books and just reading from that one, or if you guys want to do like themes like grief, pain, whatever, we can do stuff like that. I'm open. Please let me know. You guys comment on my poetry videos, comment on my lives, whatever. I'm open. I will consider everything. Not just yet. We're gonna hang out for a few more minutes. Yeah, we're gonna hang out for a few more minutes. I was really just trying to test some banners and stuff. Yeah, we've read a couple poems. I've been reading from I Am Raven and MP Hunt's Immortalized in Ink books. Very fancy elevator music. Thank you, DR. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Do you guys have any ideas you want to throw out here? Like I said, maybe wrap it up in a few little bit, but we don't have to. I don't have to run just yet. You have any ideas? What do you guys think about the idea of like featuring one book in a stream, or do you like the roulette reads with a bunch of them? Any ideas? Also, if there's something that I haven't thought about that you guys would like to see. Oh, me too, Celeste. Me too. Yeah. Yeah. Nim's gonna be my real big guinea pig. I think I can do it though. I think I can do it. Oh, thanks, MP. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. This was kind of just like by the seat of my pants. I just kind of got the idea last minute. So. Oh, cool. Okay. You can do 15 seconds of song without copyright. Ooh, that's gonna be hard for me to pick then. Ugh. Watch me like I'll like tow it over into like 16 and they'll strike. One book at a time. Okay. Yeah. All right. I did think about that, like maybe just featuring one because I've got a ton here, and some of these I actually think we could do multiple streams on, especially, uh, where is it? Of course, it's all the way at the bottom. Let's see if I can make an ungodly mess doing this. Oh, Jenga, Jenga, Jenga. Poetry Jenga. All right, so this one, Antithelogium by Kay Schultz. She was so nice. She actually sent this and a number of her other books to me, but hers is one that we could probably spend a couple of streams on just because a lot of hers are longer, and she writes unlike anybody else I think I've ever read. Like there's just something about her writing. I've said it in the reviews that I've done for her stuff. It makes you want to slow down. I know that makes absolutely no sense. It will if you read her. Will I read poems from different time periods? I'm going to try. I'm going to try because I know a lot of what I have here, with the exception of like my horror classics, they have like some Poe and Lovecraft and stuff. But Sean Steadfast, am I saying that right? I think so. He does like like a lot of 18th century, 19th century poets. And if I can find some stuff that I think is cool, definitely, definitely. I don't want to overwhelm people. Like I don't want to give you guys like to be or not. uh, unless you guys want that, unless you want that. But yeah, I would love it. And if any of you have like suggestions, there's tons of ways to get a hold of me, comments, whatever. If you got suggestions, please throw them my way. Throw them my way. I'm always happy. Always happy to look them up. And the internet being as vast as it is, I'm sure I can find at least one poem by whoever. So, like the roulette race quest is a great term. Maybe alternate between the two. Okay, yeah, cool. We could do that. We could definitely do that. I'm really looking forward. I kind of sort of want to do like an extreme poetry night because I have this one book and I'm pretty sure that there are other iterations of it. And it's extreme. Maybe like do like for my extreme horror people, maybe do a night with that, because I can't pull from that a lot for videos because I know that only my extreme horror people would even be interested. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. They do. I just didn't know if anybody wanted to listen to it on loop. I was kind of, because I noticed that they had a rock one. so so maybe I was kind of okay. I was really in love with the little skull waiting. That I loved that. I loved that when I found it. Yeah, but they do. They have it for under branding. Yeah, they have a countdown too and different backgrounds and stuff. It's pretty neat. Let's see. They have dance pop. One called Feeding Ducks, and one called Night Driving. That one might fit. Night Driving might fit with us. That sounds like a poetry type song, doesn't it? But yeah, I was also thinking about like around Christmas time, if I can find, I would love to find like some Christmassy dark poems, and I absolutely love like Victorian Gothic type Christmas tales. I read a book last year for Christmas, and I cannot. It was the like Victorian ghost stories or something, and it was so enjoyable. It was so enjoyable. Like it just made you want to like sip hot cocoa in front of a fire while the snow falls outside, and in your like big gothic gown. It was lovely. I would love to find something like more in a poetry vein for that. Extreme poetry night would be a good Halloween theme. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Maybe like I'd have to have like I'd make another little like banner like no one under the age of 18, and then all of the 16-year-olds converge. Yeah, that would be cool. It is a good time for ghost stories. It is. And there's just something about like a Christmas ghost story. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. That Victorian Ghost Stories book, it has a name, and I know they have multiple editions, and I cannot think of it. I could see the covers, the very stylized covers. Uh very pretty though. I mean, who knows, because again, I want this to be open to like beauty of words as well. So, I don't necessarily think it has to like completely all the time 100% have to have this label of poetry on it. Like if it's something that hits you, if it's something that resonates with you and it's just legit you sinking your teeth into the beauty of the passage, I think it fits in the Dead Poets to me. That's why I read that one from the book I'm reading now. You know, I think it fits. If it's something that just hits you like a ton of bricks and you just think something about the way the language comes together is beautiful. I think it fits. I'm definitely, I mean, I know I'll still do it. And, if you guys have any passages or something that you want to suggest, you can copy and paste them. We can read them out of the chat. So, yeah, that's an idea too. Extreme poetry night would be hilarious. Yeah, I could just see like the chat having a bunch of like vomit faces. It's like the YouTube moderator has entered the chat. Because there's some crazy stuff. Actually, let's see if I can get the Jenga again. Putrescent poems. Here we go. So, ooh, I about messed up. Did y'all see that? I about toppled the whole thing. Yeah, Putrescent poems. This is my extreme horror book, and it's super thin, but boy, is there stuff in here that is not safe for children. Not all of it, but Yeah, I really do want to get some of the other iterations of this though, just because. Just because. Yeah, I think it's the first one. I'm pretty sure it's like the first one in here. And it was like, wow, you're starting off with a bang. Yeah, no, it's not. But I'll show you guys because see, this is the beauty of lives. I can do stuff like this. So this one has really awesome artwork as well. Like Master of Decay. How awesome is that? Again, you guys are going to have to excuse my hands. I probably have like paint and latex all over them. But yeah, how cool is that? Stuff like that. They do, absolutely. Yes, some of the small books do surprise you with substance. Absolutely, they do. Absolutely, they do. Let's see. See if there's any more. There's not a ton of art in here, but like I said, it's not for the faint of heart. This particular one. It's probably one of the most unique in my little poetry book collection, but that is probably more due to the subject matter than anything else. All right, here is one. It's called Hidden by Shannon Elizabeth. That's another one of the arts in here. Thought that was kind of neat. So yeah, you get a little bit of, if you guys are familiar with godless.com, think about like if Godless published a poetry book. That would be this. Yeah, that would be this if Godless published a poetry book. All right. Well, you guys have any Halloween plans? You know, obviously that was kind of part of the stream too. You guys have any Halloween plans? Anything yet, or any fall plans? I haven't seen much around my area. Haven't seen a whole lot, which we were still kind of getting settled here. So I would really love to. They have something in the city. It's like a haunted boat, like a big, what's the paddle boat? I was like, what's the boat with the thing on the back? Paddle boat. They have a haunted paddle boat, which would be cool. Oh, you bought this? You bought the putrescent one? This one, Nim? Really? Oh God, have you gotten it yet? Like, have you read it? Have you read the one about the baby? That's as far as I'm gonna go. There's one about a baby. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Master of Decay would be a cool band name. Yeah, it would. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere. I'm probably thinking Master Puppets though. You know, because it's like everywhere now. Reading always on my docket. Yes, absolutely. Me too. Me too. Yeah, that is rad. Cool. Hey, thank you. Test driving some Halloween looks for future videos, hopefully. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for showing up. All right. Well, again, like I said, guys, these are kind of oh yeah, I'm glad you caught us too. Yeah, absolutely. This was kind of like a seat of my pants kind of deal, you know, because I was going to play with some of the looks, or I have some ideas for Halloween, some different videos. I actually usually do one holiday video, and I think I might bust it up this year. Maybe we'll see. So yeah, so I was kind of wanting to test drive because there's some stuff that I got that I'm not completely 100% the master of yet. So I wanted to try and do it. I love doing my holiday videos. They're some of the worst performing on my channel, but I'm still going to do them because I love doing it. I love doing this. I missed my calling. I should have like been like a special effects makeup artist because I suck perhaps. You know, I think I'm decent. I need a lot of practice, because what you guys see in the video is a lot of more like editing and lighting and stuff versus here. But I love it. I love it so much. I love doing like looks and different weird things and like short films and stuff. It's probably why I'm such a fan of Morningstar's channel, because he does that like just like it's nothing. He's just incredibly talented in that regard. Oh, the UK hardly has anything cool like haunted paddle boats. How much is enough a big thing here? That sucks too, because you guys have such amazing history. You got so much more history than we do. You know, I mean, I know America has some history, you know, but you guys have the graveyards. Oh my goodness, the graveyards in London. Those are just absolutely beautiful, breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, the only graveyard that jumps to mind here that I would like to see is, I think, in New Orleans. I would like to see the one in New Orleans. No names are coming to mind because, of course, they're not. Uh, Let's see. Thinking of doing theme weeks for October and toying light with the idea of having a horror movie watch party. That would be cool. That would be really neat. Absolutely. That would be. Oh, is that going to suck for you for the time though, Celeste? Because you're near. I know you're in France. Are you near Paris at all? Because I know you went to the Louvre. So are you outside of Paris? I'm assuming. Let's see. Love your creativity and book recommendations. Oh, your channel's entertaining. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I love it. I love this. This is my happy place. My happy place is green. I love it. Miss Silver Scribe is here. Hello. Guys, if you are at all a fan of fantasy, you should check Miss Silver Scribe out. She does all of those like fantasy YA. She is everything your purple glitter dragon unicorn dreams are made of. She really is. Oh, let's see. Another disgusting. I saw disgusting and disturbing. I too complete. Do you see what I did there? I completely skipped. I just went straight to disgusting and disturbing. Oh my gosh! I just purchased another disgusting and disturbing haul books for my channel for this coming Halloween. Cool. That's awesome. Like what? Like I'm interested. Like what? Because I just read Womb not too long ago. I should have a review coming for that one. I read Womb. That's probably the last. But I've got a few extremes to read, and I always feel bad. Like I always feel like people think I dog on extreme, and I always give it a shot. Cal's about broke me, and so did Mother Maggot. Oh God, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. There's a cemetery in the Best Buy parking lot near where I'm staying right now. Oh, really? Are you joking? Is that because everyone in the Best Buy parking lot? That's neat, though. I grew up next to a cemetery. There was one behind my mom's house back in the West Virginia. She has a house, and dad jokes for days. She would always joke like, "Oh, my neighbors are stiffs because they're dead." Y'all wonder where I get it from? Yeah, that's why. Yeah, see, everything unicorn dreams are made of, Miss Silver Scribe. Oh, okay, cool. Only 45 minutes by train. That's not bad. That's not bad. Whoa, I live near a cemetery that was the opening of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie in Austin. Oh, that is awesome. That is really cool. Talk about a claim to fame. That's cool. That is really neat. I think the coolest thing that ever happened movie-wise near where I lived is I think they filmed some scenes of Lassie somewhere in like one of the valleys. Yeah, Lassie. Yeah, so cool. The nerve of my children to need me at a time like this. Oh, yeah, Nim read the one about the baby. Okay. We won't spoil it for the rest of them, Nim. It's extreme, though, y'all. It's extreme. I'm telling you. Like, just all of the trigger warnings. I'm reading Cal's right now, but after reading a bit of disgusting books, you used to it, as well as yes and no. For me, I'm continually amazed at the depravity of the human mind, and that is a complete compliment. I'm very much amazed at the highs and lows that the mind can go to. I have to say, cows didn't do it for me in the same reason that Mother Maggot didn't do it for me. And this is a me thing, and I say this all the time when I'm criticizing extreme horror. I don't mind blood, guts, and gore. I kind of mind poop. I kind of mind the poop. I don't mind the blood, guts, and gore as long as you give me a story. I didn't get too much of a story out of Cal's or Mother Maggot. Like, it seemed like it was just, look at this gross thing. Look at this gross thing. Oh, we're doing this gross thing. And that doesn't keep me engaged. It just doesn't. Again, that's a me thing. That's a me thing. So, all right. Lassie is its own brand of horror. I love that. Totally. Totally. All right. Well, hopefully, we would like. Sometimes I really miss my hometown. There was a haunted asylum, uh, and it was really cool because they did tours. The asylum was supposed to legit be haunted, but they did tours at Halloween and Valentine's Day. Yeah, but all of the money raised went to restore it because it was a historical site. Loved that. It was in St. Albans, West Virginia. They were amazing. It was so cool. I totally wish we could go back to that, but it's like way too far away now. But yeah, that was like our favorite thing to do around Halloween was to go to that asylum because they really did an amazing job. They really put on an amazing show. They did a whole haunted tour, like a haunted house thing, and all of the proceeds went to keep up that historical location. Boom got me on that. Didn't finish it. Cost of the Oh, you should read. You should try Mother Maggot. You want to talk about like oh, it makes womb look like Little Women. Totally. All right, guys. Well, we're in about an hour now, so I think probably going to call it here. I still have dinner and whatnot to do, so you guys have a wonderful evening. Any final thoughts? Any parting words? Got a lot of YouTube creators in the comments and the chat if you guys want to check them out. Almost, yeah, I think 99% of them have channels. So, yeah, I know. It's crazy. But guys, thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys were on board for this. And again, I know it was kind of like, hey, I'm live right now. Uh, but I appreciate all of y'all. And I do hope, again, I'm really trying to make a concerted effort to try and schedule some of these, like to where, like if you're in the UK and you can't catch this one, maybe you can catch the next one, stuff like that. So, oh, thank you. Thank you. Good to see you too, always. I'm telling you guys, I'm bitten by the live bug. I love the interacting with you guys this way. Seriously. I didn't think it could get much better than posting videos. Bye, Miss M. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Silver Scribe. This is one of a few looks that I'm working on. Brad, that is right. Says happy reading, everyone. Yes, everyone have a great evening and pre weekend. It's supposed to be gorgeous here this weekend, so I'm already starting to feel the crispy fall air. Miss Silverside says happy reading, tangible reads. Nice chatting to you. Thank you for hanging out, guys. If you guys also like to watch live recaps, Tangible Reads and MJ did a live on oh my gosh, it just flew out of my head. Exorcism. My best friend's exorcism. That was really cool. Happy readings, Celeste says to everyone. Oh, thank you, Tangible. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, as much as I could probably do this forever, we should try a 12-hour poetry stream. No, we shouldn't. All right. I will see you guys. Thank you all so much. Love you all to pieces. Thank you. I'm going to go take off this craziness and get back to dinner and Mrs. Horse and all that jazz. So y'all have a great one. I will see you all later. And I will be posting my poetry video here in the next little bit. So my little poetry short video for the day. So I'll see you guys. Bye, everyone.